everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is normally my favorite time of the day whenever I'm filming a reading, because I just know I'm going to be in such a flow state, and the messages are pouring in. They were pouring in right before I was about to film, and let's see what's coming up. This one is going to be a juicy one. I am 100% sure of that, because next week is a big week. We have, again, lots of astrological things happening. We have a partial lunar eclipse happening in Virgo. In order to know how that impacts you, I would advise you to check out an astrology reading, or get your natal chart read or something like that to get a full detail. But that's why I do tarot, so that you don't necessarily have to dive deep into that sort of stuff, because astrology can be quite complicated, right? Whereas you can just get weekly messages if you resonate with my energy, my style, and the life path that I'm leading. Right, let's see what was coming up. What do we need to know for this week in this? Right, oh God, quite a lot of cards. That's way too many. Nothing is jumping out from this deck, which means often I need to try another deck. We're going to try this one. I normally don't use this one as my first one, but we're going to go with it. Okay. High Priest, intend and create. Intend and create. Okay. The message I get here is, it's a very powerful time, very powerful time. Pay attention to small details. You're about to create something, right? Your intuition has been telling you for the longest time that you need to create this thing, right? You need to work on this thing. Get a plan out. Get a plan in terms of, let's take an example. Say, for example, you're starting an online business. How much money do you want to make? Get that plan sorted, right? What kind of content do you want? How often will you put it out to market it and to promote it? How do you want to talk about a certain thing? Who do you need to contact, right? All these logistical stuff is what you'll be doing, working on this week. It's not a dreamy week. We've had a lot of Pisces energy, which is like daydreaming about like this future and this broader aspect of our lives, you know, getting this bird's eye view. You've had the bird's eye view, now it's go time. It's go time towards what are you being called to step into. Perhaps it even looks like leaving your previous job or leaving a previous career or something like that, which is hard, I get it. But now it's time to get logistics for that ready. For example, what will you write in your notice, right? What would the notice look like? How do you want the reaction of other person to be, even to that? Because if that is what is blocking you right now in like perhaps handing in a notice or talking to someone about it, then this is this is something to practice as well. You know, you're manifesting in the easiest way possible, that, you know, you want to let go of this place that no longer serves you. So you're creating this letter that is allowing you to channel all your feelings in a way, and you can edit it later, right? But start the logistical process. So if you do leave, what is your plan after? You don't have to have full details, but you want to consider those details now. What is your plan for 6 months? What is your plan for 3 months? What could that look like, possibly, right? Okay, so if you leave, if you do stay, if you do realize, actually, you know what, I'm going to stay at this place for a bit longer, then what do I need to do? I need to get ready to practice my other skill in the evenings. You're making like logistical, methodical changes. You're like writing down, I'm going to schedule in like 2 hours in the morning, right before work, where I'm just going to practice content creation, video creating. I'm just going to practice this thing. It's very much a logistical thing, but you also want to consider money in this case. I get a whole vibe about money here. So yeah, that's something you also want to think about, right? These 3 cards came out. I'm going to take all 3. Peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right. With this Peacekeeper card, I also get let go of being responsible for other people and their reactions and what are they going to do. Let go of the need to be the one who always takes care of others. Let go of the need to be the one who, if you don't intervene in certain things, things are going to fall apart. Now, the reason why I say this is, especially if you're an eldest daughter, eldest son, eldest responsible child of the family or something like that, you know, where you feel like so much pressure is on you, especially for you guys, you are not responsible for other people. They can take care of themselves very much. But because you often take that responsibility, because you often step in to a leadership role, naturally, the other people feel like they don't need to do anything, right? They just feel like, well, she'll take care of it. They'll take care of it. He will take care of it. So then I don't need to do all of this stuff. But the moment you step back, you'll notice that the people around you will step in to fulfill the duties that need to be fulfilled in that moment. Same with the workplace. If you're leaving your job, you're thinking, how am I meant to leave? I'm going to like disappoint my boss, disappoint my colleagues, and this project that I have been in for the longest time, I'm going to leave it, like halfway through or hanging? Why? Like, that seems like really hard to do for this company, you know? Yeah, you can leave it. You can leave it. You don't owe them anything, really. You know, unless they have invested in you quite a bit, you know, and you feel like you have a very good relationship with your colleagues or boss, yes, you can fulfill certain aspects. But if you're feeling like, you know, they won't be able to replace you at your workplace, you might want to think about that. Because if you were truly irreplaceable in the field that you're in the, you know, the job or the workplace that you're in, you wouldn't want to necessarily leave. You would know, because you'll be respected, you'd be valued, you would be seen as the person to go to, the expert to go to for that specific thing. You wouldn't necessarily want to leave unless like there's a toxic dynamic or something like that. That's slightly different, but you wouldn't necessarily want to leave because you would have all the things that one person looks from a certain career, something like respect. You can say freedom to some aspect, but freedom is really the reason why we want freedom in our career is so that we can do something that we really, really enjoy and be respected for it and gain money, right? That's why we, like, if I could just do readings all the time, I would, and just be an excellent reader and a medium, you know, to be able to channel messages that are so highly important, to be this coach and a guide for other people, to help them absolutely step into their power and really go into their leadership roles, right? That is where my purpose lies. That's what I'm meant to do. Absolutely, that's what I'm meant to do. And that is what my coaching program offers, and it lights me up. And sometimes I work on it like 10 hours a day and it doesn't even feel like work. I am learning all these different things about like Ayurveda so that I can, yes, of course, like help myself, but I genuinely have this desire in my life to be able to offer that knowledge, to bring that knowledge through my coaching programs to the right people so that they are not anxious all the time and looking for solutions from different places when you can just get it from one place. Because I've tried so many different avenues and aspects to find the root cause of what is causing your pain, whether that's emotional or whether that is a physical pain. And there's always something behind it, and that's what I do. Right? And now I've just said all of this, and you know, all of that has truly come from my heart, right? That's probably what you're wanting as well. You're wanting to go into a career, something that you can just feel like you're in the flow, almost as if like you would do it for free if money wasn't the issue. And maybe that's something to think about this week as well. What would you do if money wasn't the issue? Right, so now that you've figured it out, now that you know what you would do if money wasn't the issue, now it's time to create a logistical plan, how you could make that happen. Because once you do it, things may happen in a different way than you expected, but that's a good thing. Because what universe is saying is, right, you have taken steps towards wanting this thing, so I've got to deliver now. I've got to make sure that you get the thing because your intentions are in the right place and you have this desire and your desires are meant to be fulfilled. And once you take one step, the universe provides you the next steps, and they often look like signs from the universe. They often look like certain people coming into your life. They often look like just coming across an excellent YouTube video where you just feel like, right, this is what I'm meant to create. Something like that, you know? So that's what I'm getting here. Let go of the need to be right. It was the card here. Let's see what else comes up. Direction Guardian. Literally what I just said. Choose your path. You're the one in charge. You're the one making a decision about your future. No one else, right? Your boss can guide you. Your colleagues can show you a bit. You know, someone else may be able to show you what their path looks like, but what it will truly look like for you will be completely different to anyone else's. But you may at this point want to get direction, right? And this says Direction Guardian, choose your path. You may want to get a confirmation from a certain coach, in this case it would be a coach, perhaps even a healer or coach, or someone you truly trust, or someone you look up to, right? Someone whose shoes you want to step into, and you see, I want to lead a life like that because I resonate with them. Our values are very similar. And that person is going to guide you in your next steps. When I was stepping into becoming a coach and a guide, and a healer, manifestation coach in one way or another, transformational coach, there's so many different titles I can give, but all automatically they produce one thing, right? They lead to your specific transformation in your life and give you this level of empowerment to step into what you are wanting, to become the version of yourself who can hold all of these things that you are wanting. Maybe that's higher amount of money. Maybe that is a specific career, stepping into that. Or maybe it's a dream relationship of yours, but that automatically will happen as a result of your transformation. So perhaps right now is the time to reach out to a guide or a coach, someone you resonate with, someone who can truly help you, kind of question you and provide you guidance. They're not going to tell you what to do. They're going to tell you, they're going to ask you certain questions, which will ultimately lead you to making your own decision, and without wavering. That's the key. We often waver, right? We often think like, oh, I don't know if this is the right path, or did I make the right decision? And that can be normal sometimes, but when you truly step into your power and then make your decision, you know that will be the right decision. Spirit Fox, trust your talents in changing times. I think all of these messages are linking up quite well. Beautiful cards. Yeah, trust your talents in changing times. I think that one's self-explanatory, what I was just talking about. You know, your talents are there for a reason. If you're not sure what your talents are, check out what your human design is. You can check out your astrology birth chart. You can do personality tests online. There is Myers-Briggs personality test that you can try. Several ones. I've done all of them. Literally, I've done all of them to gather data because my brain is just working in that way. I was an academic researcher and I just can't help apply those skills in my daily life. And from all of those aspects, quite a few things have come in common, which is what I got to know was that I'm meant to lead or be in an entrepreneurial role, and the second thing that's come up is that I'm meant to be here to serving people, in providing equal opportunities to everyone, you know, and really working on that equality. That is where my mission lies. And I couldn't have known that if I hadn't like considered these things, you know, I hadn't gone deep into these things. And that's exactly what my 12-week mentorship offers as well. In my 12-week mentorship, we create your plan. We look at your vision for life. And if you don't know, that's okay. We go through that as well. Then we look at what might be blocking it, all the blocks that are stopping you from taking those steps. You know, any blocks, sort of mindset, perhaps it's more somatic, you know, it's more somatic blocks that are coming up. In that case, we go through deep meditations and body scans to look at what exactly is blocking you. And each week I meet up with you and we do these Zoom calls and we look at how can we improve it. And when you have support like that for 12 weeks, the moment you have started to the time you finish, you're a complete different person. You are, I mean, I remember my journey when that happened with the 3-month mentorship, and then I did a year-long mentorship. I've invested a lot of money into it, and then the transformation I noticed was incredible. Incredible. It was like right now, the way I feel like is, you know, sometimes when money is short, sometimes when an opportunity is not showing up, I have this immense trust within myself, immense trust in my guides that, or the universe, that I will be shown the exact steps that I need to take exactly when the time arrives. And that's exactly how I feel. There have been loads of doubts that have been coming up, you know, don't get me wrong, I get all my doubts that are like, what am I meant to do, right? This thing is coming up, certain money bill has come up. So I recorded a how to manifest money fast video. Do check it out if you're in that situation. I recorded it, yes, for you all use, yes, for all of you, but also because it was partly for me too. And all those steps that I have listed is what I have used in the past, and they have worked. And that's why I have shown them to you, because they've just worked for me. You know, in all of those instances when things have felt like, right, my business is needing a different direction, what do I do? And now money is short, I still have bills to pay, still got things to do, what do I do? And that's exactly those steps that I took. Going back to the point of how do you navigate this, in this 12-week mentorship is where you get to learn all of that. You get to learn where are your blind spots, what is blocking you, where are you people pleasing, you know, where are you not stepping into your power, and how can we do that in a logistical way, but also using manifestation. And alongside that, we heal those parts of you. Right, let's have a look. What else is coming up? We're already, 18 minutes. Right, so I'm going to get some cards from there. Didn't need tarot today. It's not a competition. It's not a competition. You already are. If you are in a state of doubt for this week, remember you already are the person that you're wanting to become. You know, the person inside, the person that you're wanting to become exists within you, inside of you at this moment. It just requires letting go of certain aspects of your ego which are just blocking it, and that's all. That's all it is. Effectively, this transformation work, and I love that we got the butterfly, which is the symbol of transformation. The transformation work is truly not necessarily learning new skills and stuff. That's part of it. But it really is about shedding layers of your past self which no longer serve you. Yeah. Let's get last bit of tarot. What else is coming up? Right. Okay. 7 of Wands. Magician. Again, we got the creating card. 7 of Wands. Set boundaries and protect your peace. Yeah, so this week you may get something like people from the past coming, and something like people from the past that not necessarily you see them as like, they don't necessarily have to be like people you amazingly connected with or liked and stuff or something like that. It could actually be that they were the people in the past who used to drain your energy. And that doesn't necessarily mean they're toxic, right? It just means that maybe they talked too much and you are a great listener, so you listened to them. Maybe they just gossiped. Like when you sat with them, when you had a coffee with them, like your connection was based on gossip or something like that. And the gossip may have not been like super harmful, but that was the way you connected. This week you are being asked to really pay attention to that, because it's a test. It's a test from the universe to see, are you going to look back onto your previous like decisions and what you used to do in the past, and are you going to step back into that version of you, or are you going to say, no, I'm no longer that person, so I'm going to step into my next version. I'm going to keep going. No, I'm no longer that person, so I don't need to go through that anymore. I'm not interested in having this gossip. I'm not interested in talking about other people, you know? And then that's where we get, it's the time to create. It's time to create. Maybe it's putting out that YouTube video, maybe it's putting out that content that you have been wanting to put out, but you felt like either you procrastinated or didn't have time, which is actually just procrastination. Because I remember when I did my first YouTube video, and you can check it out, right? I don't necessarily have that many views or anything like that, but I needed this time to be able to practice my speaking skills, right? I used to do public speaking and all of these things previously. And then when I worked as an academic researcher, which was a lot of, it was all about like learning and researching and actually, you know, gathering data, creating reports and things like that, which wasn't necessarily practicing my key skills of speaking. And it's taken me that long. For you, it might be very easy. It might happen so quickly. There was just a bee at the window. It may happen so quickly that you are a natural at it, you know, but you don't know unless you create it. Or maybe if you're not even a natural at it, well, look at my path, you know. I have come from that part, and now being able to do these videos, having my business running, and, you know, helping my clients. And that is truly what brings me fulfillment. But it didn't happen just overnight, one day. It took intention and creation and iterative optimization. Okay, time to create this week. Really time to create and step into that powerful self of yours. So yeah, that's all I get. It's time to choose your path. If you don't know where your path is going, reach out. Reach out for a reading. A reading can literally give you so much clarity. But if you want a detailed sort of life path, like mapping out, where we look at what are you good at? What are you actually really, really meant to do in this lifetime of yours? That's where we do the 12-week transformation. So if you're feeling the call, do reach out to me on Insta, or just send me an email. And that's where I'm here to help you. Right. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I hope you have a lovely week. I'll see you in the midweek reading.